morning, everybody, and thank you once again for joining me on this Sunday morning. And we're going to be talking about how we paid our house off in 9 years, and hopefully you can take the information that I share with you and to put it into action as well. So the first thing that I want to talk about is most people have a 30-year fixed mortgage rate. That means that their mortgage supposed to stay about the same for 30 years, and the way they got it set up is that your house supposed to be paid for in 30 years. Now, the first thing that they gonna set you up is they're gonna set you up on a monthly direct deposit taken out of your account. I guess some people probably mail in a check or whatever the case may be, but most people have the money direct deposit out of their account. So the first step that you want to do is you want to change that to bi-weekly. And the reason why you want to change that from once a month to bi-weekly is because when you go bi-weekly, every time that they take they accept a mortgage payment, the interest rate has to start over again. So we're going to use the number $2,000, somebody paying $2,000 a month, and we'll use the number they got their house for $200,000. So all right, so understand this. First of all, just the principle we got to understand. $200,000 you're paying interest from the first all the way to the 30th. So the interest starts on the first, $200,000. By the 10th, let's just hypothetically say it, I believe it's more. By the 10th, on that $200,000, now you owe an extra $100. So by the 20th, now you owe an extra $200. And by the 30th, now you owe an extra, let's say $500. But you're not only paying interest on the $200,000, but you're paying interest on the interest. So the $100 that they charge you for the interest on the $200,000 now is more than just $200,000. It's $200,100 you're paying interest on. But every time that you make a payment, the interest rate have to start over again. You understand? So that's the reason why you pay bi-weekly, because every time that a payment is made, the interest has to start over again. It's just like going right back to the mortgage table all over again, and they loaning you the money instead of making it from the 1st to the 30th. And most companies is not going to tell you this. Lenders are not going to tell you this, because if they tell you this, they're taking money out their own pocket. That's how they make the money. So the first step is when you contact the mortgage company, or you go online. Some people can go on the computer and do it, and some people can do it with a phone call, and some people can do it with a letter. Either way it go, it can be done. So that's the first step that you do. And when you do that, it automatically takes out 7 to 8 years off your payment. 7 to 8 years come off. So now we done broke it down from 30 years between 22 and 23 years. So that's the first step. Now, the second step is, this is what I did. I went out and I got 12 $100 money orders. Then I got 12 envelopes, 12 stamps. And I wrote a letter to the mortgage company, and I said that I wanted to make sure that this $100 goes towards the principal. I ran 12 copies, and I put it inside an envelope, each one of them. And I believe it was taking the payment out the 15th and the 30th, if I'm not mistaken. So what I did is, I sent one out between, I want to say between the 5th and the 10th, somewhere like that. I sent it out when they wasn't taking out a payment. Then I sent it out again. I believe I want to say around the 20th to the 23rd. So each time that I sent out a money order during the month, I did it when a payment wasn't coming out. Because remember, every time that you send a payment in, the interest rate has to start over again. Some people may not be able to send $100 in, and some people probably can send $50 in. But you need to send something in, because by me doing that, that took off another 9 to 10 years. Okay, so this is another thing too. Some people probably instead of doing 12 money orders, they may can do 24 money order. 24 money orders. That means that if you're paying bi-weekly, it's still 2 weeks out there left that's not accounted for. So if you send one in during the first week, they take money out the second week, and you send one in the third week, and they take money out. So the interest rate that you're paying is very, very small. Just a fraction of the money is going towards the interest, because every time that you send the money in, the interest have to start over again. So it's like you're not even really paying any type of interest. It's all, I guess, based on how disciplined somebody is in order for the system to work. So I just want to share this with you all. I have had people, this is God honest truth, that has brought their house 10 years before we brought our house. I sit down with them and share this same information that I'm sharing with you, and they never move forward with the information that I gave them. And can you believe that they are still paying for their house as we speak? And listen, I share this information with them the same time that I learned this information, and they had already had a jump start on me on their house, and they are still making payments on their house. Now, another thing that I want to share with you is some people that go out there and they say, I want to get, instead of getting a 30-year, I'm going to get 15 years. So remember, we stuck with the number 2,000 a month. So if somebody go out there, instead of them getting a 30-year fixed mortgage rate, they get a 15-year. Now the 15-year going to be much higher than the 30-year, because they're trying to pay it off sooner. But I want you to always remember this. Every lender is into making money. It's just like going on a job. You go to work to make money. If they take the money away, you stop going to work. So if somebody paying $2,000 a month on a 30-year fixed mortgage rate, so if somebody say, I want to pay my house off, give me 15 years instead of the 30, and we'll have ours paid off, then that's a big mistake too, because they're going to be paying probably about the same person that's paying $2,000, they're going to be paying around about $3,000 a month. Now, the $3,000 a month is still going to accumulate the same thing because of the interest rate, because they're paying from the first until the 30th. But if they leave it at the 30, or let's just say they happy, we can pay the 15 with ease. If they do this process, then instead of them paying their house off in 15 years, they'll pay their house off in about 6 years. So the same system can be worked. If you got a 15-year mortgage rate, and instead of doing the whole 15, all you got to do is break that payment. You're paying $3,000 a month. You go bi-weekly, and you pay $1,500 on the 15, $1,500 on the 30th. you're going to have a house paid for about 6 or 7 years instead of the 8 years. Now, the reason why I say that they're making a big mistake is because if you go with the 30-year fixed mortgage rate and you use the system that I say use, then that gives you more breathing room, and it gives you more that you can send more payments in all 4 weeks of the month. Now, the same system that I'm talking about, it also works for a car. When you go to the car dealer is going to set you up the same way. They want a direct deposit out of your account once a month. Why once a month? Because I told you, because of the interest that they accumulate. If somebody go out there and buy a $40, $50, $60, or $70,000 car, they're paying the interest rate from the 1st to the 30th. Now, if you go ahead and you set it up some kind of way that you can pay them once a week on the interest rate, or bi-weekly, it's going to cut the years down on the car that you have. The same system works on a personal loan. Any type of loan that you have, any furniture that you got, anything that somebody purchased, appliance, anything of that type, get off. Listen now, what I'm telling you, get off the monthly payment and pay bi-weekly, or set an extra payment in there towards the principal. You got me? So I hope that this helps, and I hope not only did this help, but you can put it into action. So I see y'all guys next Sunday. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, what you make for happen for others, God will also make happen for you.